Australia is recognised as one of the world's largest carbon emitters. We are experiencing growth of 2% per year, and our peak demand is growing in the order of 7% per year. We're now seeing networks that are carrying 13% reserve capacity for as little as 1% of the year's energy demand. This is where standby generators are ideally suited. Because they're able to be rapidly started, they're embedded within the network, and they have a high energy density, they're able to respond quickly to peak demands in the network. Energy network owners benefit because they're able to be reliably called upon and put into service very rapidly. Energy retailers benefit because it has the effect of decreasing volatility in the energy market. And finally, generator owners benefit because they're able to access an income from these traditionally idle assets. There are many megawatts of standby generators sitting idle as we speak. These assets are maintained to be emergency power plants and therefore are able to be brought online in as little as 30 seconds. Once they're online, that capacity is available for up to hours to be able to provide the support on the days that networks are under high stress. Bringing together many of these small generators allows us to aggregate a substantial amount of energy for the use of controlling network demand. Hospitals are an excellent example of where this application lends itself. Generators are well maintained on the installation. The generators can start very rapidly and assume load rapidly without loss of supply to the installation, and therefore will be not disruptive to the business of running the hospital. A common question we're asked by people interested in participating in our program is whether this will affect their carbon emissions when the proposed carbon tax comes into effect. In response to this, VE undertook a study recently to identify what that impact could be on a participant in the energy aggregation program. Most people are surprised to find that by running their standby generator, they're actually up to 40% lower emissions than buying the energy from coal-fired traditional power stations. Not only is the fuel lower in carbon emissions, by having the generators embedded in the network, the majority of the network losses are avoided and therefore further reducing carbon emissions. An added bonus is, if biofuels are considered, emissions can be reduced to almost zero. As the smart grid evolves into the final product, power generation in the form of standby generators, we believe, will always be required. We see the role of embedded standby generators evolving to support our renewable fuel sources as they become more dominant in our supply system. And this is well suited to assist variations in wind and solar at this present time.